Hey guys, I'm back. Finally managed to get my channel back from those presidents. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Contamelia and the events surrounding their mysterious disappearance in Ben 10 Omniverse. But before we get to all that, let me just give you guys a bit of a quick refresh on who the Contemelia are. The Contemelia are fifth-dimensional beings that create universes using a device called the Annihilarg. We meet a group of Contemelia at the end of Ben 10 Omniverse, where we learn that the Annihilarg can both create and destroy universes. We also learn that the Contemelia's true form can't be perceived by normal human mortals or even other mortal species, which include species as powerful as the sapiens, as Maltruned is unable to see their true form as well. Sounds pretty cut and dry, right? They're a group of super powerful beings that create universes. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. See, at the beginning of Omniverse, we see the Contemelia ship, and it's been destroyed. The inside is broken down and really kind of awful looking, which suggests that someone actually managed to hurt and maybe even kill the Contemelia. But what species could possibly have that kind of power? And why would they want to attack the Contemelia, a group of beings that purposely stay out of the affairs of mortals? Well, dear viewer, as you might have guessed, I believe I found the answer to those questions. You see, I believe the species that did this to the Contemelia is none other than the celestial sapiens.
You are hereby charged with unauthorized alteration of reality, and for that, you must pay.
But why would the celestial sapiens want to kill the Contemelia? Well, that answer is given to us in the show. See, when Ben is put on trial for recreating his universe, we learn that unauthorized alteration of reality is illegal, and they put Ben on trial in order to determine whether or not his universe should be destroyed. If they were willing to go that far for Ben, imagine what they would be willing to do to the Contemelia, who literally create and destroy entire universes. But A10, maybe the celestial sapiens actually allow the Contemelia to create and alter universes. Maybe they're exempt from that rule. Well, dear viewer, I have to disagree. See, I believe the universes that the Contemelia created aren't approved by the celestial sapiens, particularly because the Contemelia themselves try and stay out of things and don't like influencing the realities they create, whereas the celestial sapiens literally are all about influencing reality. They are constantly changing things. So I can't imagine any scenario where the two of them are actually working together. It seems more likely to me that they're two separate entities. Now, while I think the Contemelia might not have known about the celestial sapiens, I think the celestial sapiens were aware of the Contemelia for a while and were debating amongst themselves for potentially years, maybe even millennia, about what to do about the Contemelia. Now, as my theory goes, I believe they finally decided to kill the Contemelia due to a few factors. One being that they obviously break the celestial sapiens' laws on tampering with the universe, but the second reason is the more interesting one in my opinion. See, I believe that the Contemelia created threats to the celestial sapiens without realizing it due to their whole no interference policy. And because of that, the celestial sapiens took these universes to be a threat and decided to get rid of the people that were creating them so that they could solely control all universes and all of reality to make sure that threats like that did not arise again. These threats that I'm talking about are threats like Professor Paradox, someone who can literally enter the mind space of a celestial sapien and potentially harm them. In fact, Paradox is so powerful that the celestial sapiens straight up got a restraining order on him, which shows that they do in fact have ways of dealing with people just as powerful as them. And Paradox isn't the only threat to their power. How about the Sword of Azkaban, a device so powerful it can literally alter reality? Or what about Agagor, someone who almost absorbed the power of a baby celestial sapien? All these threats come from the Ben 10 universe, a universe created by the Contemelia, who stubbornly refuse to interfere with those universes in any way whatsoever. This no interference policy could be what got the Contemelia killed, as too many threats could have been coming out of the universes they created to the celestial sapiens, and because of that they could have decided to just kill the Contemelia and take control of all the universes themselves in order to ensure that no threats to their power could arise in any reality. So yeah, I believe the motivation for the celestial sapiens killing the Contemelia was due to the Contamelia's universes creating too many threats to their power. But for those of you not convinced by the motive section here, maybe this next part will be more convincing to you.
What's the rush? We have all the time in the world.
Alright, so this one is more of an Eon theory than a Contamelia theory, but they do tie in together, so I'm gonna put it here. Basically, I believe this weird red realm that Eon trapped Paradox in is his homeworld, and the reason his homeworld looks like this is because it was kind of a dead/uninhabited realm created by the Annihilarg. Perhaps it was an early version of the Annihilarg that wasn't fully tested yet, and it accidentally created this strange dimension, or maybe it was a fully working one that malfunctioned somehow, or maybe something else happened with the Annihilarg to cause it to glitch out like this. The point is that the Annihilarg created this dead universe that was only inhabited by one person, Eon, who learned that he could use this universe's strange energy to see into other realities and travel through time. And upon doing so, he quickly saw an alternate version of himself named Ben Tennyson, who was living a life filled with friends and adventure, and this made Eon extremely jealous and bitter towards Ben. Why was he forced to be born in this dead realm, while an alternate version of himself got to go off and live the happiest days of his life? This jealousy and bitterness would quickly turn to rage, and led to a lifelong feud between him and Ben Tennyson. That's the story that we, the audience, know, but the story that we don't know is what he did to the Contamelia, the beings that had cursed him into being born into this dead realm, and that sat on the sidelines and refused to intervene and help him in any way. Because of their lack of care towards him and his reality, Eon decided to punish them by killing them all. How exactly he did this is something I'm not really quite sure about. Maybe he took an alternate Ben's Omnitrix and set it to self-destruct within the Contemelia ship, causing it to become destroyed and ruined, the way we see in Ben 10 Omniverse. Or maybe he used the Hands of Armageddon, or maybe he stole the Chrono Navigator again and did something with that. Like I said, I don't really think this one is as plausible, but I find this one to be the most interesting. Eon kind of getting revenge for being screwed over, at least in his eyes, by the Contamelia is probably the most compelling theory to me on this list. But what did you guys think was the most interesting theory on this list? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Sorry if this video was a little fast. I tried to put it out as quickly as I possibly could, but I just got so sidetracked. So to make up for it, I tried to basically speedrun making this video. So sorry if it sounds a little weird or just seems too quick or not as in-depth as I usually do them. I promise my next couple of videos will be a bit different. So make sure you subscribe if you're interested in that, and please like and share this video if you enjoyed it. That's all for now, guys. I'll see you guys in my next upload.